Good morning. Namaste, my friends. October 17th, 2022. It is a very humid, cloudy, actually a tad warm morning here in Maryland. It's 57 degrees, which is on that cusp of being too chilly without a jacket and too warm to wear a jacket when I'm out walking. If I was running, definitely don't want a jacket, but definitely walking today. I had an exhausting weekend. I actually spent all day yesterday, Sunday, trying to rest. I've been experiencing some overwhelm, maybe a little stress, maybe a little self-imposed stress, actually, admittedly. Quick catch up. I know I haven't been doing my vlogs. I've been, again, overwhelmed, exhausted, concerned. I am trying to, again, I've talked about time management and journaling, and I've been failing. Since I have moved to this rental after our quick departure from the city, our unintended, unexpected. Good morning. Look at that beautiful deer. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, a beautiful deer. I have not really gotten my feet under myself since, I don't know if it's a little wet, since we had to flee the city. But the good news is we finally got a house. We settled last Thursday, and that's probably the source of my overwhelm. A couple of things have happened. So one, I'm going to give you a quick update on what's going on. And number two, I want to have a discussion on frugality and resourcefulness. And number three, I'm going to talk about how sometimes maybe we just don't follow through or live up to what we're trying to do. Or maybe I should say our little failures, okay? Because I have one. I have actually kind of a big one, but that will save the worst for the last. So a quick update. We did buy the house. We settled Thursday. I've been working. I was so grateful we had the settlement at my house, where we're living, which is pretty amazing. Life is busy, and I think since COVID, I haven't settled on a property since COVID. They're a little bit more, I don't know, maybe accommodating. But we had the settlement sitting at my dining room table. So I did it during a lunch break from work, and I didn't take the day off. I'm trying to bank my time off. I'm taking the week of Thanksgiving off because I do Thanksgiving dinner. And it'll be our 1-year anniversary. So I'm taking that week off, and I have a couple other little things I'm going to take off, including Election Day, but I digress. So we got the house, and yes, it's everything we wanted and everything I wanted. Well, within reason. Nothing's ever perfect. And so I went over this weekend to do some things and was hit with extreme overwhelm. I feel so over my head right now. I mean, so over my head. I've always dreamed of an older house. I love the older homes. And this one is pre-World War II, 1938. Has some of the pretty details like the arches, and it has French doors to go into the dining room, and this beautiful brass hardware on all the doors, and there's a ton of doors, and I like that. We were living in a beautiful house that my husband built, open floor plan, and I found I don't like open floor plans. There's a definite benefit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but the romance and beauty of having rooms where you have, a beautiful dining room and your living room, and I'm going to have my little office library room, and having those spaces and spaces where you can go in and close the door. I like that. In an open floor plan, you just never had those spaces. And if somebody wanted to watch a football game, like my husband, and I wanted to study or work on the computer, unless I went upstairs to a spare bedroom, I had to, we were all in it together. So very happy. However, somebody the past owner did what we call a fluff and buff of the house, meaning they came in and they refinished the floors, beautiful, threw paint on the wall. I appreciate that. Did some updates, made it livable. I mean, it's perfectly livable. But of course, we have very distinct ideas of what we wanted. And so what we have to do is make that happen before we move in. And all of those things are out of my control. They're out of my wheelhouse. I can't do them. We've got to take down a wall, remove some doors, because it was once 2 apartments. And they made this crazy configuration of this itty bitty vestibule where you have the front door, a door to go in the main level, and a door to go upstairs. It's ridiculous. And they enclosed the stairs. So we already took out those doors. We're knocking out that wall, opening up the staircase, turning what used to be the kitchen and upstairs for the upstairs apartment into a laundry room because it has plumbing and gas. So we're putting our laundry room there. And the basement is scary. And the house has old house smell, which freaked me out. But I think it's because they have all these old wooden shelves and cupboards and things in the basement. So that's on the list. We're going to get rid of all of that out of the basement. Clean that really well. Just really clean it. And like I said, I think I'm overwhelmed because all of these things follow my husband. And I can't do them. Again, it's not in my skill set. But he is a builder. And this is his full-time job right now. And gosh, we're so lucky that I can say that. So I have to sit back and let him, let him take the reins, him do the work. He's going to have to dictate the schedule. And I'm fine with that, but I have to remind myself, at this moment, I just have to I got to work my job, take care of the house that we live in, and I'm doing little bits to expedite this move when I can. Okay, so that's the update. Now again, resourcefulness and frugality. We do, both of us, we are doing the best we can to make this mini rehab that we're doing affordable and profitable, because eventually we're going to sell the house. So probably when we're too old to navigate all the staircases. So he's doing the work. He does have some contractors that will have to come in. He's calling the electrician today. They're going to be coming in and doing the work. He can't do that. And we'll have a plumber come in. We have some plumbing to do. Little things like that we have to put out for a contractor. And there's no way around that. That's, you have to keep things code and safe and professional, and that's not in his wheelhouse. But outside of that, wow, busy street right now. Outside of that, we're going to be working on this together. So I get overly excited. This is moving from the resourcefulness and frugality. I'm resourceful and I'm frugal, and I have these visions of what I want my home to look like. And I'm a big believer in leather furniture. You ask why? I had 4 kids, and let me tell you, all the spills and all the crazy stuff, you can clean it right up. And leather is very durable. Of course, kids aren't allowed to run around with, knives in their pockets and scissors. It's not like they're going to be, cutting up the leather, but the reality is it cleans really well. And it looks nice, and the more used it gets, often it has a point where it gets better and better before it doesn't. And so I do like my leather furniture. I have a leather sofa, but I wanted this one sofa I saw that really looked beautiful in the picture. It's upholstered, which, like I said, is kind of not what I do, but I was perusing, looking for a deal. Good morning. And I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and the pictures look beautiful. Okay, price was cheap. I hate to say cheap, but the price was within reason. I said, yeah, I can put out $200 on a sofa that we do need another sofa because we have an extra room, den that we're going to furnish. I don't want to buy anything new if I don't have to. I'm not averse to it, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. So the picture is beautiful. Contacted the guy. They live in a very old money wealthy area in Maryland. And I said, well, let's go out and take a drive. Beautiful foliage, and get this couch. So we did. And when I got to the person's house, I was such an idiot. This house was jaw-dropping, beautiful, old money. I mean, this house was, I looked at this house and I was just like, my first thought is, oh my gosh, how do people afford to live like this? I mean, and I was so caught up in the house and everything. But I looked at this, I did a cursory glance, and I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. We moved it out, got to the house. First off, we got to our new house, and we almost couldn't get it in. My husband said we should call my son, who lives down the road, to come help us. I'm like, no, I'm going to get it in. I'm going to do this. And it was still early because we go very early. And I said, I'm not going to call him, 9 o'clock on Saturday morning to move the couch. So we finally got it in. We get it in the house. I take one look at it and I'm like, oh God, it is not as nice as I thought. It's much more worn. I think there's a stain, although he assured me there were no stains. But as I was, vacuuming and cleaning it, it looks like there's a stain. And I swear, it smells like dog. And I don't have a dog. So I was like, I broke out the Febreze. I broke out the shot vac. I broke out, So the first treatment's done. I'll see what I think. I haven't seen it since Saturday. And all I can think of is, what the hell was I thinking? Buying a sofa, not even checking it out. Not only that, but putting furniture in a house where you're tearing down walls is what we're doing, tearing down walls. We have to put in ductwork as well. So it's messy. Don't put furniture in a messy, dusty house. Of course, we're going to do everything we can to control the mess. But I'm thinking, what the hell? What was I thinking? Why did I have to have that sofa? Why did I bing, bang, boom and not put a check on myself? Why did I not table it and think about it till I came around? So now I'm $200 in. Saturday morning, drag my husband across the state. It was only half an hour, but still. And we fought to get the thing in the house, and now I'm thinking, why did I do that? I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. I mean, Saturday, I was ready to take the Sawzall to it, cut it up in little pieces, and put it on the curb, just because it gave us so much trouble. And I'm thinking, can I get this thing to where I like it? So I feel a little bit better today. I hit a point of critical mass on Saturday. I went over there to try to do some cleaning. And of course, had my son, and I did a couple little tours of the house. And each time I saw something else that needed to be done. Each time I saw something else that I'm thinking, oh my gosh, a lot of work, which means, one, it's work. Likely my husband's going to have to do it. And he's already got a crap ton of work. Two, it's going to take time. And three, it's likely going to cost money because anything you do does. So Saturday evening, I was so tired. I was just overwhelmed by it all. And I think to myself, why did I do that to myself? I know better. You know, I know better. Now I have to do better. So that was my big weekend fail. One, I should not allow myself to fall into this overwhelm. I can't do everything. It's not all on me. And, you know, this is life. It is. And when you embark on something like we've decided to do, buying this house, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be dirty. It's going to cost money. And it's going to take time. And I think just that reality kind of sat on me Saturday. Plus I hadn't been sleeping well because of all the thoughts going through my head. Two, no more impetuous moves. No more saying, oh, look at that couch, I'm going to go buy that. I don't know. That was a big waste of money and time. So I'm hoping I can salvage it. If I cannot salvage it, I guess the next step is to put it in the corner and see if somebody will give me some money for it. And if they don't, you know, lesson learned, an expensive lesson learned. So that was my weekend. Good news, I got some sleep last night. And yeah. So any takeaways today? A reminder. One, take time to think things through and write them down. Understand the things you do before you do them, not after. Number two, you know, table it for a while. You know, everybody says that, you know, when you're shopping online and sometimes you see something and you really want it. Well, you know, before pushing that button to buy it, add it to your cart. Let's sit there 24, 48 hours. Go back to it and see, do you really need that? Or were you just in that mood that I was in when I bought that stupid couch? You know, we really do have to do better. I have to do better. And I think overall, that's what we all need to work on. So I would be interested to know, please tell me I'm not the only one that does dumb things like this, you know, and ends up regretting it. So, and also, the last thought, I haven't been doing these walk and talks. I know they're distracting. I know they're poor quality, and I do apologize. But I thought, I've got to do something. I've got to work on something. I'm going to work on something today from inside. But I just wanted to put those thoughts out there for you. I'm thinking of you. I'm hoping to help you. Just don't make the mistakes I make. Thank you so much for listening. Peace.